So let's start with MuleSoft Anypoint Platform and features for API security. Let's hear Vishwajit on that.
Sure. So MuleSoft Anypoint Platform is basically the platform that MuleSoft provides, which is a superset or an umbrella of functionalities and capabilities that MuleSoft is providing, which allows us to kind of maintain and run our APIs and also kind of manage them. It involves a lot of things which provides us what Shrey explained, the security, the monitoring, and the creation as well, which kind of is something that people and businesses are looking for, which they typically don't get. And Anypoint Platform provides us that. Anypoint Platform has kind of evolved from what we initially got in 2006, the Mule ESB. It has evolved from there and become a huge platform, which is providing us the capability of creating our own integrations, managing our runtime environments, basically the servers, managing our API gateways, managing our APIs, making sure they are compliant. So we have API governance as well on top of it, and then we have other capabilities on top of it, which allows your APIs that you have built to expose it to your customer base or your developer base. If you're a product company, you can do that. So Anypoint Platform provides all of that to us. And if I talk about this. In this, we have the capability of connecting diverse data sources. We have a lot of pre-built connectors that we are going to talk about, enhance workflows and customer experiences. So we have all of that. If we look at the next slide, it kind of shows us how it looks. So if we can have that on a screen, yeah. So this particular screen, you can see like what all things comes into the picture or comes into the play when we talk about APIs and making everything possible, as Shrey mentioned. Like we have gigantic applications, huge capabilities in that. The one super app. So it has all the capabilities. It has its own marketplace as well, payment as well.
It's not an app anymore then. It's a platform then.
Yeah, but they call it super app. So yeah, we are developing one for one of our customers. So yeah, that's I see like it's a gigantic app. Yeah. So the diagram that we are seeing on our screen, it has the capabilities of ordering something online. So it has the payment API for doing payment. It has the chatbot API. It has payment processing capabilities because we need payment processing. It has customer API, order API, CRM capabilities because we need the information about the person who is actually purchasing it or who is actually, the customer. Then we have order management system. Then we have service cloud. So we have all of these things which are connected and allowing us to have that, great experience that we get when we are using Amazon or some other e-commerce website to purchase something. There are different platforms. Like order management is a different platform entirely. Payment API is different entirely. The payment processing is something different entirely. Now MuleSoft helps us bring all of that together and connect it in a way where we get that great experience and brands and organizations are able to provide us those great capabilities to us. The next up we have diagram which kind of depicts how it all connects inside Anypoint platform. So if you can have the next diagram on the screen. Yeah. In this diagram, you can see, we have the capability of Anypoint Design Center where we can design our APIs. Then we have API Management Center where we can manage our API, how well they are performing, which server is getting how many, outages and how many errors are coming up. And then we have the Anypoint Exchange, which allows us to integrate different things into the platform, into the mix. And all of this we can expose via Anypoint API portal. So as let's say you are a brand which has APIs provided for various capabilities, whether it be a fintech application that you may have, you want to expose the APIs. So you have a way to kind of expose them. So if you have typically seen platform where you see a beautiful documentation where you have, all the APIs, authorization methods, all the endpoints that you have, the data types that they are providing, the integration method, all of that. So you have that and you can create them using Anypoint API portals, which we will be discussing later on as well.
After looking at the beautiful documentation.
That is for true. Okay, yeah. So first up, we have Anypoint Studio. So Anypoint Studio is the core thing which comes into the picture, which allows any integration to happen in MuleSoft. It is an Eclipse-based IDE. Eclipse is a very old tool that is still in use, which is used to create any kind of integrations that we have. In that, we can connect all different type of platforms with the help of connectors and various template as well. We'd have pre-built modules as well that we could use. We can integrate them, and which kind of enhances the productivity. You saw the metrics earlier, 76% faster time to market. So that is exactly what it is. We have connectors, we have pre-built templates, we have pre-built modules, which allows us to do that. Then we have the capability of doing data transformation as well. So we have data weave, which allows us to kind of transform the data from one platform to different platform. So one platform might be looking at first name, last name together, and another platform might be looking them at separately. So we have data weave, which kind of helps us break that and provide the data in a fashion where it requires it to be. So we have that, and we have a lot of other capabilities as well, like automated testing, error handling as well. So Anypoint Studio is that platform which allows us to do all of that. We will be seeing a brief demo of the same. Then we have Anypoint Runtime Manager. So Runtime Manager is basically, let's say you have designed your APIs, you have designed your integrations, okay? Now where you will be hosting them. So the place where you will be hosting them and how you will be managing them. The management part comes under Runtime Manager. So we have Runtime Manager, which allows managing all the servers that you are running, whether it's a cloud hub you are using, basically where MuleSoft is taking care of all the infrastructure and everything. Then we have hybrid management, you have on-premise servers as well, and you have some private servers, and you are managing them, your application accordingly. Then you have private cloud edition, where you are managing your application entirely on the private cloud, whether it be AWS, OpenStack, or Azure, or whatever it is. And then we have Runtime Fabric, which is where you have a MuleSoft agent installed into your server, which is kind of managing the server for you. So Runtime Managers allows us that access, so you have a clear view of how well your servers are performing, and you are monitoring them over there. Then we have Anypoint API Designer. So API Designer is the key thing. When I say key thing, it's basically the key part which helps us create that beautiful documentations. In that, we will be able to kind of create our API specification, whether it's RAML or OS or GraphQL. So RAML is a REST API markup language. OS is Open API specification. So we have the capability of creating our API documentation accordingly, where this particular API designer helps us kind of do certain I would say context-aware things as well, like you are typing in update contact, so it is automatically setting, like you must be using post method in this instead of get. So it is doing all of that. Then we have mock service. So basically, when you have written it, you simply click on a button and it actually verifies whether it is giving us the same response as you have mentioned in your API specification. So you have that capability. Then we have the API governance and API fragments as well. You can define an API resource, like this is how a contact would look, and you can use it again and again in different places using API fragments. So we can use that, and it is a very core thing when it comes down to designing your APIs inside MuleSoft. Then we have Anypoint Flex Gateway. So Anypoint Flex Gateway. So basically, in MuleSoft we have two types of gateways primarily: Anypoint Flex Gateway, Anypoint API Gateway, or Mule Gateway, whatever you want to call it. So Flex Gateway is a gateway which allows you to have your APIs run anywhere. It need not to be inside Salesforce. It need not to be managed by. It need not to be under MuleSoft itself only. It can be anywhere. You might be hosting them on Azure. You might be hosting them on Docker as well, or some other different environments as well. Flex Gateway would simply sit in front of that server. So this might be your server. Flex Gateway is this server. So it will sit on top of it, and then it will provide the capabilities of rate limiting, authorization, governance. So it is taking care of all of that. So you have developed your APIs, but MuleSoft comes on top of it, and it kind of is covering everything and providing a secure and secure and safe gateway, on which you can specify your own policies, your authorizations, and all the other things that you want to do. So that is API Flex Gateway. APX Mule Gateway is primarily for the the integrations that you have hosted either on Cloud Hub or on Runtime Fabric. So Anypoint Flex Gateway is the newer thing which we are utilizing more often. It gives us high performance, deployment flexibility, and as I said, integration with Anypoint platform and all of that. We have that, and we can have our own policies. There are lots and lots of policies pre-built, which we can simply configure, whether it's rate limiting, whether it's some kind of security or governance related or compliance related, we can use that. And if you want to create your own, we can do that as well. I'm forgetting the policies module name, which we can use to create our own PK, DK. I might be saying something wrong, but yeah, I'm forgetting the name. But yeah, we have a way of creating our own policies as well. Next up, we have Anypoint API governance. So this is a place where you can specify the governance and all the compliance related things. And once you have done that, it will simply make sure all the APIs which falls under that particular, governance and compliance you have configured. It will make sure that whether they are performing correctly or not, whether they are at risk or not, it is highlighting you in real time. It is allowing you to identify that when you are designing them as well. So okay, this is something wrong which I am doing. So you would not be caught blindsided when there is an audit happening and you are realizing, we did that? Oh, I didn't know that. So you would not be in those kind of situations if you are using API governance module of MuleSoft. It will help you cover all of those things for you. It has real-time design checks. It have comprehensive compliance. It has unified management. Unified management, as you can see in the diagram. I'm not sure if you're able to see, but yeah, on the screen in the diagram you can see, how which are in the red section, which are in the green, and which are performing normally, which are medium severity issues, which is happening. So you have all of that view for you as well. So you know how well your system is performing and where you need to act on it from a compliance perspective. If you're in healthcare or if you are in a place where you need to be very, very cautious, then it definitely helps you a lot. I have seen customers save their, but a lot in that. Yeah. Next, we have Anypoint API Manager. So API Manager is basically, we have Runtime Manager for managing the environments. Then we have API Manager for managing the APIs. It basically ensures whether the API is performing as expected or not, whether there are any error happening, whether there are any, bad request happening a lot often, and all of those things we can do that. We can specify policies as well, rate limiting and, transforming as well, like if you want to. And, we have the capability of tracking API usage as well. We have security related things as well that we can do. And then we have lifecycle management, which we can do, like how what was the version 1, what was the version 2, what was the version 3, and we are able to maintain all of that. So if there's something is wrong in version 4, we can go back to version 3 itself only. And then we have developer portal, which allows developers and your customers to discover the APIs and identify what are the rate limitation, what are the things that they can do with it, what type of scope do they need, and all of that. And if you have any questions about anything that we are discussing, I know I have been speaking a lot. Please drop them in the comment section. I will try my best to answer all of them. Next up, we have API Experience Hub. So API Experience Hub is basically, once you have designed that API using API Designer, you want a beautiful, beautiful view. So
beautiful one.
So yeah, so you get that with Anypoint API Experience Hub. Using this, you can have your own, UI built for your APIs, which you can modify as well, which would allow your customers to identify, okay, what needs to happen, how it needs to happen. It also helps you onboard your customers as well onto your APIs, guiding them in a way where they are able to make the most out of it. And then we have feedback and collaboration while you are making it. You can collaborate and identify what are the things that we need to take care of. Then we have Anypoint Code Builder. So Anypoint Code Builder is something, which is something new, which I believe is going to replace the Anypoint Studio, which is the Eclipse-based IDE. This IDE, Anypoint Code Builder, is based on Visual Studio Code, and it is also providing us the capability of not only using VS Code, also run on cloud environments as well, Cloud IDE basically. So you need not to have your system with you all the time. You can simply use Cloud IDE and do your code and everything. So imagine you are doing some staycation, or you are, wandering somewhere in Hawaii or in, somewhere. You can do all of that with your laptop. You do not need the same laptop. You can simply open it, have the Cloud IDE open up, and you can do all of the things that you want to do. So you have that capability. And Along with it, there are a couple of things which we get on top of it with Code Builder. So the first one is Anypoint Studio does not have the great possibility of collaboration, team collaboration, but in Code Builder you have that, and you would be able to utilize it more easily and more flexibly. So which definitely helps businesses in that. And then we have the capability of just a second. Yeah, we have the capability of running it anywhere, wherever we want to. But then there are certain limitations as well, because Anypoint Code Builder was released, I believe, 2 years or 1 year ago, 1.5 year, or like 18, 24 months ago itself. Only it was released. So there are certain things which it is lacking in as compared to Anypoint Studio, but I believe in future they would be able to cover that. A couple of them being the data weave language, we don't have that inside of it, and then we have the Mule palette, you don't have that. You have to kind of go and specify the module that you want or the connector that you want in your VS Code which you want to utilize. So you will have to do that. But yeah, Anypoint Code Builder is going to be the future, and it is definitely allowing a lot of things which we will be doing in future. Next, we have Anypoint connectors. So Anypoint connectors is basically pre-built connectors which MuleSoft provides, which allows you to integrate MuleSoft with different platforms, whether it be Salesforce, ServiceNow, Workday, Jira, or SAP, any other tool. So connectors are those, and they are primarily built and provided by MuleSoft itself only. They have extensive library. They are plug and play, and you can definitely rely on them. Then we have custom connectors that we can create using Mule SDK. Typically, we have connectors which are provided by MuleSoft itself only. Then we have Anypoint Exchange. So Anypoint Exchange, you can look at it like Salesforce App Exchange. Anypoint Exchange, you have the capability of having certain connectors which I mentioned. You have various integrations which are provided either by MuleSoft itself only or by the community members. Or you may have a huge organization and you may have created a integration for getting all the leads from your CRM or from your legacy system. So you want to utilize the same integration again in future as well, or within your different teams as well. So you would be publishing them on your Anypoint Exchange, and then other people within your organization would be able to utilize it. So let's say you have 5,000 people. You may have built it for some different case, and somebody is also again trying to create that. He does not need to create it from scratch. He can simply go to the exchange, see, okay, yeah, this is built, I can use it. And if he needs something addition or some kind of modification to that, somebody can do that. He can simply reach out to the person who submitted it, and he can do modifications on it and reuse the thing. So reusability is the core thing which we get with Anypoint Exchange, and we have MuleSoft providing us your own organization, and you have third-party vendors providing those capabilities. They might be paid, they might not be paid. It depends. You can have your solutions published as well after review. Yeah, so that is Anypoint Exchange. Last up, we have Anypoint Partner Manager. So Anypoint Partner Manager is something which is
last on Anypoint Platform.
Yeah, last on Anypoint Platform, Anypoint Partner Manager. So Anypoint Partner Manager is let's take an example. You have, let's say, a manufacturing industry is there, and they have different. They have lots and lots of vendors. They have lots of customers as well, and they keep onboarding new vendors and new customers as well. Now they want the data of their invoices, their purchase orders, and all the other things to be synchronized in a way. So don't have to kind of do integrations from scratch again and again, from point to point, or modifying their pre-built some modules and they are modifying it. So what you will do is you will come to Anypoint Partner Manager and you will utilize it, where you would be simply specifying, okay, this is our new vendor, we are onboarding him. And then you would be specifying the type of documents that you would be pulling in. And then the electronic data interchange, EDI, you can specify you want this data to be processed and stored over here. And Anypoint Partner Manager takes care of that. So the vendor onboarding, the customer onboarding becomes very smooth, and you are able to onboard new customers, new vendors very easily. You need not to do integrations from scratch. You need not to worry about how will I integrate their platform into our platform. You would not be in that scenario. You would be much more relaxed because you have MuleSoft with you, which would actually speed up those things for you. It has partner onboarding, transaction management, integration capabilities. We have visibility and reporting, which allows you to see, okay, how well it is performing and whether, is it doing whether we are getting the data in the right way or not. Then we have security and compliance, which allows you to make sure we are doing in a secure way and we are being compliant. If you are in healthcare industry, you want to be compliant. If you are into payment related transactions, you want to make sure you are compliant. So it helps us do that as well. The next diagram is showcasing that only, like Anypoint Partner Manager, we can integrate different platforms, different type of vendors within our application. Then we have business partners. So we have different types of protocols that we can use, which MuleSoft supports, whether it be HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SFTP, AS2, AS4. So we have all of that, and Partner Manager takes care of that and gives us the data in a way which our application would be able to consume, which our platform would be able to consume. So that was the last of Anypoint Platform, Anypoint Partner Manager.